Hello everyone, girls and boys of all ages, from Sika Vertical, the channel that accompanies you on your personal growth journey. Today we are dealing with the stream of consciousness and, in particular, with recurring thoughts about people you do not usually associate with. Why does this happen? We develop this theme here from the perspective of existentialism, an important philosophical movement of the 20th century. If you like the video, please like and subscribe to the channel by hovering your mouse over our logo at the bottom right. Excluding the context of falling in love, where constantly thinking about someone can be associated with romantic feelings, the reflection on this phenomenon offers an interesting insight into the human condition and the bonds that connect people beyond direct communication. When someone appears frequently in the mind without external contact, one wonders about the meaning of this presence and the real bond that can exist with that person. The existentialist approach allows us to examine this phenomenon in a profound way, considering aspects such as freedom, anguish, responsibility, and the concept of human connection. According to Jean-Paul Sartre, existence precedes essence. In other words, humans do not have a predetermined meaning or intrinsic purpose. They create their own meaning through their actions, choices, and thoughts. When a person constantly occupies an individual's thoughts, this may reflect a form of existence in the mind, a way in which the individual relates to the world and to himself. The act of thinking about someone insistently can be seen as a manifestation of human freedom. Thinking is an action that each person performs freely and intentionally, even when this intention is not immediately conscious. In Sartre's view, the human being is condemned to be free. This freedom also extends to the world of thoughts, where there are no external constraints that can limit the act of thinking. However, with freedom comes responsibility. When you are constantly thinking about someone, it can indicate that you have a sense of perceived responsibility towards that person or your relationship with them. Continuous thinking can arise from unresolved issues, guilt, regret, or a desire for reconciliation. It is not an external compulsion, but an internal call to confront aspects of existence that may have been ignored or suppressed. Thinking about a person persistently may mean that they represent an unresolved aspect of your existence or a symbol of something you are trying to understand or integrate. The other becomes a mirror in which parts of oneself are reflected. This reflection can create confusion, since it forces one to confront parts of oneself that may be uncomfortable or contradictory. It is as if the other occupies a space in the consciousness, bringing to light hidden desires, fears, or insecurities. The presence of someone in your thoughts can reflect a form of intersubjectivity, a connection that goes beyond simple physical or verbal interaction. This is a bond that can be deeply rooted in how one perceives one's own and others' identities. This connection is not a coincidence, but emerges from significant encounters and the influence that these people have had on one's existence. Constantly thinking about someone could indicate that that person represents a crucial knot in the fabric of one's experiences and that there is something essential to be learned or resolved through that connection. The constant presence of a person in one's thoughts can also be interpreted as an attempt at projection. According to existentialist psychology, projecting one's own desires, fears, or expectations onto another person can be a way of avoiding dealing with difficult aspects of oneself. Sartre stressed the importance of living authentically, without hiding behind masks or illusions. Reflecting on why a person continually appears in your thoughts can help you understand if you are projecting onto them something that in reality concerns only yourself. This process of self-reflection is essential to living authentically and making decisions that are truly aligned with your values and who you are. In a broader view, the persistence of certain thoughts could be interpreted as a form of karmic connection. However, from an existentialist perspective, karma can be reinterpreted as the result of choices and actions taken. In this sense, thinking about someone constantly could not only be a sign of a spiritual connection, but also the result of past experiences, unresolved actions, or decisions that continue to influence one's existence. You can see these connections as opportunities to address and resolve unresolved issues, acknowledging your responsibility for how you build and maintain these connections. The mind can be seen as a powerful mirror, capable of reflecting not only what happens externally, but also the depths of one's inner being. Persistent thoughts are often a reflection of one's mental and spiritual state. Existentialist philosophy encourages us to become aware of these thoughts and use them as a tool for self-understanding. Carefully observing your thoughts, without judgment or attachment, can reveal repressed desires, unconscious fears, or aspirations that drive your daily actions and decisions. Sartre argued that human beings are condemned to be free, but this freedom also entails the duty to confront one's own thoughts and choose how to respond to them. Persistent thoughts about someone can be seen as an opportunity to practice detachment, recognizing that while thoughts may seem real and powerful, they are impermanent and do not necessarily dictate one's actions or emotions. Detachment does not imply indifference, but rather an ability to observe and understand one's thoughts without being dominated by them. Reflecting on why some people remain imprinted in the mind, outside the context of falling in love, allows us to explore profound aspects of the human condition. Through an existentialist lens, one understands that these thoughts can reveal meaningful connections, unresolved issues, and opportunities for inner growth. The invitation is to use these thoughts as mirrors to reflect on oneself, take responsibility for one's choices, and free oneself from the chains of harmful thought patterns. By doing so, one can move towards a more authentic, conscious, and free life, in which every thought and action resonates with the true essence of being. If you feel that you have discovered something new today and you like the discovery, leave a like on this video. Any thoughts or insights you have in mind, write them immediately in the comment box. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get notified of each of our further publications. Also share it with your friends. May happiness always be your faithful companion.